Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, The Opinion. This is Patrick Chambeshu. So today, just want to delve into what everybody is talking about. Chelsea Twitter, Chelsea YouTube. I think this is what is currently going on. Pulisic to Chelsea. Now, when you look at Pulisic to Chelsea, I think we're going to talk about this transfer. We're going to talk about the positives and the negatives, because I've read a lot of contrasting opinions about Pulisic, and personally I do have mine, which I will tell at the end of this video. But then I just want to discuss in general, like, how is it an advantage to sign Pulisic, and how do we profit? Is the player good enough? And those that are against, like, what is really making them against this acquisition? So basically, just to start off, Pulisic, 20-year-old Borussia Dortmund winger, American star, probably the biggest star right now in US football. And let's just talk about the disadvantages. I think one, the ways to look at it and then go, I don't know, like, to go and just think this is not a good deal is when you look at Chelsea, we have Hudson-Odoi already on our books, and Hudson-Odoi, I want to compare with Jadon Sancho, right? Because right now, Pulisic is not getting in Dortmund because of Jadon Sancho. He's been on form, contributing to goals and assists. And if you look at Sancho and Hudson-Odoi, both of these were at the same youth level for the English side. And every time it was Hudson-Odoi who was starring, or who was the more better player every time they are on England duty. And if you see someone like a Sancho that had a lower ceiling than Hudson-Odoi benching Christian Pulisic, then you ask yourself, like, why should we accuse, or why should we get Christian Pulisic in the first place? So it's a gamble. We don't know. Like, is he coming in as a replacement for Willian, for Pedro? How is the possibility? We don't know about that. The other thing I think that people are against is the price tag. Like, a price tag is just enormous. It's just, it's just too much for a 20-year-old that hasn't produced as much, as he has a lot of experience. Don't get me wrong, but he hasn't produced as much to really justify that 70 million price tag. And I think the other reasons probably why people would say is not the right fit, people say is the Willian 2.0, and that argument is very valid. I mean, in 32 games he scored 3 goals and gave 6 assists. Like, that's just, I don't know, that's even below average if you ask me. But looking on the positive side, I think I will remind people, there was 2 seasons ago, Hazard was heavily linked to Real Madrid, and I remember reading an article about the 5 players that could potentially replace Hazard at Chelsea. And one of the names that was mentioned at that point was Raheem Sterling. The moment they mentioned that name, I thought, Raheem Sterling, very inconsistent. It's just all about running, and he can run past players, and that's it. Like, his numbers are not good. Like, he scores very few goals, he assists very few times. And then I was like, no, I'll be against it. But few years down the line now, look at where Raheem Sterling is, scoring a lot of goals, giving a lot of assists. And then you just ponder and then begin to think, should we also see Christian Pulisic in that light? Because if you look at Christian Pulisic, very similar to how Raheem Sterling was. He's very good with dribbling, just getting past players, going with speed, but he lacks just that end product. And what has transformed Raheem Sterling is the effect of Pep Guardiola and the style of play. And if you look at Sarri and Guardiola's very similar style of play, then it ponders. It just gets you thinking, can Sarri also have the same effect on Christian Pulisic? Who knows? And Like the other thing is, I think the commercial value, is the star of American soccer. Right now, is probably the biggest player in American football. We get him, he gets the commercial deals, and just the marketing value that you get in the USA and everything. It just makes a lot of sense in that way. And these days football is much more of a business than, and I don't know. It's still very much a sport, but still there's a lot of business in soccer right now. Like you can see how Chelsea we've expanded in Asia. I'm in Asia myself. I'm in China. As you can see how Chelsea have expanded a lot in China. It's probably second to Man United in terms of the most popular club here in Asia. Chelsea, a lot of markets that are getting, selling a lot of merchandise here in Asia, and it just gets you thinking. So Christian Pulisic, for me, is very good, and he's 20-year-old. I mean, so for those people that say his productivity, his end product, and everything, like the lad is 20 years old. He has a lot of experience. Champions League, Europa League, name it. I mean, he has a lot of experience in all those tournaments, and definitely is someone that is already ready and baked for the big stage. He just needs that, that next level for me. He just needs that next level, and I'm sure he will deliver. I was watching an article, a documentary about him, short documentary, and they talked about his mentality and just how he's focused on his goals and everything. And it just encourages me for a young man to have that will and passion to just forge on, just keep on improving. And that's exactly what you need in a guy like that. And for me, it presents a good deal at the right price. 70 million, I think it's just overblown. It's not worth that. Come on, let's just be real. Like Christian Pulisic is not worth 70 million. I think in a region of like 30 to 40 million, take the deal, take the player. I mean, if you hear like what is coming out from inside Chelsea, the sources are saying that he's not seen as a replacement for Eden Hazard, because Eden Hazard, the plan is they don't want to sell Eden Hazard to Madrid, so he's not seen as a replacement to Eden Hazard. He's seen as someone that will add value to that squad. He's seen as someone that will be part of the squad, part of the team. And if things are viewed in that way, for me, I'm all in for it. And we Chelsea fans have to be mindful of the fact that we might just face a transfer ban. There's some irregularities that when we were carrying Bertrand Traore, for example, that we paid 65,000 pounds to his mother and everything like that. So we might face a 2-year ban. And getting in Christian Pulisic in January for a good amount, for me, it's okay. Personally, if you ask me, I would prefer a left-footed right wing, Bailey, Nicolas Pepe. I mean, Nicolas Pepe is probably like 15 million pounds in terms of value right now. If you try to get him in January, they'll try to hold on to him. You probably get him for like 30 million pounds. That's like half the price for Pulisic. But then Pulisic is very good. For me, is one of those next big things. When you talk about young players that you look at in the future and say these are the next big things, I think Christian Pulisic definitely falls under that radar. And the only one thing I don't want to see is to hamper the development of Hudson-Odoi. Otherwise, for me, Christian Pulisic in at the right price. So Chelsea Twitter, this is your boy Patrick Chambeshi, Chelsea fan, Chelsea YouTuber, and this is the opinion. My channel, just subscribe, hit the like button, tell me your opinion. Are you in for Christian Pulisic? Do you want him? You don't want him? Just give your reasons as to why. And subscribe, hit the like button, and click on the bell icon for more updates. Peace out.